Hi everyone, welcome back to the second of my February videos, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there that celebrate it. I don't, but that's another story. So because it's Valentine's Day, it's only appropriate that I do a Valentine's or a lovey layout. So the photo I'm using, as always, are my two pooches. So, and all I've done is I've backed the photo on a bit of cardstock, and this is one of the lovely tags from Sarah's February embellishment kit. So I've just glued it onto the bottom of my photo, and I've just put a staple through it so that it looks like it's attached to the photo just by a staple, but it's not, it's actually glued on as well, just to make it a bit more secure. And I've put foam pads on the back of my photo, so to give the photo a little bit of a lift. So let's start. I'll just take those out of the way for a minute. So the collection I'm using is Simple Stories Heartstrings. I've used it before and I really like it. It's a really fun collection, but without being too sort of like over the top, if you like. So I'm going to use this red and pink dotty background, and to begin with I'm just going to use one of my Lagami pens, which is turquoise, and I'm just going to really haphazardly and freehand just draw a border. I don't always do a border around my layouts, as you know, but sometimes it's nice just to add a border, just give it a little bit more interest. So, and the final side. Now I'm not particularly bothered about it being dead straight, same sort of amount of like spacing all around it, so I've literally just drawn that freehand, and I'll just pop that back there, just put my pen there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've got a couple of strips of the cardstock, and I've used my note paper punch, and I've just bent it up sort of like on the edges, just so that it doesn't lay flat. And and the same with this one. Again, another strip, just used my scallop punch, and again I've just lifted it up with my fingers, again just so when you put it down it doesn't lay dead flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strip of tape on the back of that, and then what I'm going to do, see if I can do this first time, is I'm just going to layer it on top of the orange. So you've got a strip that's now attached but lifted at the edges, and that is actually going to go across the middle. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Now one of the things I want to do is just very briefly, you can see what my layout is going to look like now, just measure where my photo is going to go, because I want to put this under there, but I don't necessarily want all three of the loves showing. So this is just a really rough idea, and what I'm going to do on the back is I'm just going to put a couple of foam dots. Gosh, the backs are coming off my foam dots, so just bear with me one moment while I peel it off. And I'm just going to put a couple of dots just at the top on the back, so that again, so just so it doesn't lay flat, it's got a little bit of a lift to it, like so. And then I'm just going to take those off. And there you go. And just sort of, I'm just putting everything very loosely where I want it. Oh, help if I put some tape on the back of that, wouldn't it really? So I'm just gonna, I always put a little bit of tape just on the bottom, even though it's secured at the top with the pads. You know me, if you've watched any of my videos or enough of my videos, you know that it really annoys me if my layouts fall apart after I've done them. So I always put a bit of tape on the back, and then all I'm going to do is just slip that and put it where I want it. And there you go, that's fine. And all I've done in the tag is I've just put a hole punch, and this is the lovely Hessian type ribbon out of Sarah's February embellishment kit, and it's lovely. It's really thick and gorgeous. It's really nice, so I really like that. So now that I've done that, I can actually stick this down now. So I'm just going to again pop a bit of tape on the back. Okay, there you go. And then I'm just going to put it very slightly along the bottom of the tag, and there, just like that. So sorry, that's my daughter coming in. So now I'm going to stick this down, and again, this is the lovely ribbon out of the February embellishment kit, and I love it. I've now only got a tiny bit of it left, but do you know what, it's too good not to use. So just on the back of the crosses, I'm just going to pop a bit of glue, just literally just on the the petals of the crosses, if you can call them petals. Go. Oh, nearly missed one. I'm just going to put that like this, like so. I don't use tape on this because it wouldn't like get covered, and it would just be really sticky, and also I think the wet glue just holds it that little bit better. So I'm putting that right to the edge, and I'm just leveling up the gold bit with the edge of the paper and just giving that a press down. Now I'm going to do exactly the same with this bit. So let's put some glue on the petals again. There you go. There you go. So you can hear if you can hear my daughter, she's talking to my dog who's gone downstairs to see if she's got any food. She might have some, don't know. There you go. So I'm just gonna do exactly the same, put this on the edge, line up the gold with the top of the paper, and just give that a quick push down like so. Now it's time to add the photo. So again, just rip off the backs of the foam pads. Ooh. And then I'm gonna pop that over the edge there. So that way the tag isn't covering all of the papers, and you can still see some of the papers, but yeah, I really like that. So the next thing I'm going to use is one of Sarah's wooden titles. I bought this one separately from the kit, but I just really like these. I think they're really lovely. And You Are So Loved is just a really nice sentiment for my doggies, because they are, and they know it, and they're spoiled. So, and they're my babies, much to the disgust of my daughter, who says, "Mum, you treat them like human people." Well, they are. If you own a dog, you know what I'm on about. They are part of the family, and they can talk to us. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pop this here underneath the bits there. I'm just going to push that down. There you go. You Are So Loved. Now this time I am going to do like a little bottom cluster, and I've already got some bits together for it, so I just need to decide. I think that's gonna go about there. Right, okay, so again, I've just got a little bit of cardstock and I've just ripped the top off of it and down one side, and again, you can ruffle that up with your fingers if you want. I've done it very slightly but not too much, and I'm gonna just pop that there, and I'm just gonna move that over to one side. Okay, now I've got some more ribbon. Now this isn't from Sarah's kit, this is from my own stash, but I'm going to glue that along the bottom there. I'm just going to use, again, just use some wet glue for that, and I'm just going to pop a little bit on each of the red scallops. Don't need too much, just put it through. Ooh, like so, just so it goes down, and then I'm just going to lay that along the bottom. Oh, along the bottom there, if it'll stick. Oh, that might need a bit of tape actually. So yeah, let me just pop a bit of tape. Sometimes the glue works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really like using tape with ribbon or trim like this, but if it means it will stick, that's fine. And what I am going to do, oh, sorry, is I'm just going to pop a bit of pink over the top, just to tie it all in. And I am actually going to use a bit of tape for that as well, just one bit down the middle, and I'm going to lay that, oh, just going to overlap the trim and the orange paper, and there you go. There, that's perfect. So the next bit on my cluster is this heart journaling page. It's got squares on it so I can write straight, and I've just put some dots on the back of that, or some foam pads, so I'm just going to take those off, and I'm going to put that again over the middle there, but not so that you cover everything. There you go. And then another thing out of the embellishment pack for February is these lovely bows. I love these. We've used these multiple times and I absolutely adore them. So I am going to just put some wet glue on the back of that, and I am going to just pop that on the edge here. And it hides the end, but it just makes it look a bit more gelled together, if that makes sense. So okay, so I'm going to use that pen to, I've got a couple of hearts. Where am I going to, should I put them on there? I think I might put that there. I've put a pop dot on the back, or a foam dot on the back, so I'm just going to pop that there. Now I've got the sticker sheet here, and I like this made with love, so I'm going to peel that off. But again, I'm going to do this a bit differently. So I don't know, I've used this before, but Sarah stocks these in the shop, and it's basically powder that you can pop onto the back of your sticker like so, and it just takes all the sticky away from your sticker like so. And then what you can do is you can pop some foam pads on the back. So I'm just going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Peel the backs off, and I'm going to pop that here, made with love. I like that right there. And then I might just pop that up there. Okay, there you go, that's it. And apart from the journaling, I think that's my layout done. I've got these, but I don't know. It'll look a bit too much if I put one of those there. Oh, probably not actually. Right. Haha. So these are out of the February embellishment kit as well, and they're the lovely embroidered flowers. Okay, I've used these quite a lot. I think last kit I had some red ones in, I think. I can't remember, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to put some wet glue on that, and quite a bit of wet glue this time. Then again, not really wanting to cover too much of the ribbon, I'm just going to tuck it underneath the photo and over top of the ribbon. And there you go, that is my layout done. So that's my Valentine's layout about my two doggos. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and it's given you an idea on how to use some pieces out of the February embellishment kit. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like the kits, then I think Sarah will put the call out, or she's put the call out already. And yeah, the kits are really good, and you get a lot in them, and they do quite a lot of layout, so I would highly recommend them. So once again, happy Valentine's Day everyone, and if you're celebrating, I hope you've got very spoilt. Bye for now.